Hello, my name is Lauren Small, and today we're going to be going over side leg series on the mat work. We're going to do a classical side leg series. We're only going to do it on one side today, although you'll do it on both sides so that you're even, so you don't walk out of here feeling unequal. So we're going to start with Ashley lying down on the mat on her right side. I want her to line her back up with the back edge of the mat, and then she's going to swing her legs forward to the front edge. So if we drew a line from her toes to her head, she would make a triangle. You want your hips to be stacked, one directly on top of the other, and you're going to keep your powerhouse nice and tight to maintain that stacked position. You can either have your top hand in front of your chest for balance, or if you're feeling extra solid, you can place that hand behind your head for an added balance challenge. So we're going to have her put her hand in front of her today so she can really focus on keeping those hips steady. We're going to start her in a turned out position, heels together, toes apart. We're going to wrap those thighs from the top using the buttocks to keep the wrap going. I want her to start with her foot pointed, and she's going to float the leg all the way up to the ceiling. At the top, she's going to flex, and she's going to squeeze it back down using the inner thigh. Again, point the foot and lift the leg, flex it, and lower it down. Keep going. Point and lift. And as we're working, we want to maintain the turned out position. So think about the knee staying lifted towards the sky and the toes staying lifted towards the sky. You can do about 5 to 8 reps here. We're going to hold at the bottom, and then we'll reverse, flexing the foot to go up, pointing, nice crack, and reach it down. And again, flex and lift, point and lower. Every time you lower that leg down, you want to feel like you're reaching all the way for the other side of the room, so we get that length while we work. Maintaining those hips stacked position, stomach nice and tight. We'll do one more and point it all the way down. Continuing on, after we do the point and lift, we're going to passe the leg, which really just means to bend it. Knee up towards the ceiling. We're going to développé, or stretch it towards the sky, flexing it at the top. We're going to squeeze the heels together. Do that again. Bend the leg up, stretch it to the ceiling, and flex it all the way down. And again, bend it up, stretch it up, and flex it all the way down. She's still maintaining her hip stacked position. Extend, and she's still maintaining the turnout, working from the glutes. One more time, and all the way down. At the bottom, we'll reverse this one. We're going to flex the leg up. Now she's going to point her foot and find the inside of her knee. Stretching all the way down, she's going to flex the foot at the bottom and squeeze the heels. Going up again, maintaining the turnout, point the foot at the top, bend your knee and find the inside, lower the leg down, and flex at the bottom to get that squeeze through the adductors. Again, up, bend the leg, put it right in your knee joint, slide all the way down, squeeze through the adductors, flexing at the bottom. 2 more. Stomach stays tight, all the way down, and release. And you want to make sure you keep that knee facing up towards the sky when you bend, not letting it drop down. Nice and open so we maintain the turnout, and all the way back down. Moving on to the clam, we're going to slide that leg back up to that bent knee position, and all I want her to do is drop the knee down and lift it back up. Like a door on a hinge, closing and opening. At the top of the movement, you want to make sure you squeeze that glute. That's where you're really going to get the maximum squeeze. And up. For this one, we can do about 10 reps. We'll only make her do one more, nice and strong through those abs. Good. After that, we're going to drop the knee down, and you can rest it on the mat, focusing on the inner thigh now of the other leg. We're going to slide the bottom leg back. So now we're in a straight line from head all the way through the hips to the toes. I want Ashley to flex her inside foot, and working the adductor on the right leg, we're going to float the leg up and then float it back down. And again, nice and slow. Float it up and float it back down. You want to watch the hips on this, making sure that they stay stable. The tendency is to hike that hip up and down. Really, you're working into the side of your body now instead of through the adductor. So stabilize the hips and just lift and lower. You can do about 10 of these, nice and slow. And after the 10th one, we're going to hold it up, and she's going to pulse up, up, 3, 4. She also wants to make sure as she's lifting that the leg doesn't start to creep towards the front of the mat. Keeping the leg directly out from that hip. On the last one, she can hold, push through the heel a little bit more, extending behind that knee, and then we're going to lower that leg down nice and slow. To finish up the side leg series, we're going to finish up with a plank. I want Ashley to stack her legs one right on top of the other. She's going to come all the way up and rest on her forearm between the wrist and the elbow. Now on this one, you can move a little bit more forward to the center of the mat. And we're going to bend her bottom leg. We're going to do an intermediate version today. If you want to do the advanced version, you can keep both legs extended. She's going to use her top hand to press her hips all the way up off the mat. And we're going to take that top hand and just stretch it straight up into the air. Palm facing forward, head is reaching all the way out from the spine, and I'm going to have her squeeze her glutes and just press her hips forward slightly so the body is in one straight line from the top of the head all the way through the hips, out through the toes. She's going to hold here for about 10 seconds. On the last second, I want her to lift 1 more inch, and then exhale, she's going to release all the way back down. You can do the exact same series directly on the other side. Keep it strong, keep the reps equal, and that's side leg series on the classical mat work.